True power rarely seeks attention. In Turkey, influence is often silent, private, and inherited. It moves in quiet corridors and unmarked decisions. It does not pose for cameras. It endures through families, customs, and time. This is how the elite shapes the world without exposure. True influence begins where visibility ends. It operates not on a public stage, but in the quiet spaces where the real work is done. The absence of an audience is not a weakness. It is a strategic advantage. It allows for candor, for the unvarnished exchange of ideas without the performance required for public consumption. Rooms without cameras host the most consequential choices. These are not arenas for public debate, but sanctuaries for strategic thought. Here, away from the glare of media and the pressure of popular opinion, futures are charted and destinies are shaped. Agreements are written in precision, not publicity. The ink on the page represents a bond far stronger than any public declaration. Paper trails are designed to be clean, concise, unassuming. A record for those who need to know, and an enigma for those who do not. Commitments are made to outlast markets and moods, anchored in the enduring power of a written word exchanged in confidence. In this world, access is curated, layered, and deliberate. It is not granted but earned through trust and discretion. Security is a constant, quiet presence, not a spectacle. It is the unseen perimeter that allows for protected conversation and the seamless execution of intent. It is the architecture of privacy, built to be felt, but not seen. The language of this power is unspoken. Signals are subtle, but their intent is clear. A nod replaces a speech. A gesture conveys what paragraphs cannot. The most powerful words are often never spoken aloud, existing instead in the shared understanding between parties who value economy of expression. This is communication refined to its most potent and efficient form. Institutions endure when built on discretion. Their foundations are not laid in the shifting sands of public opinion, but in the bedrock of private trust and long-term vision. This is the quiet mechanics of legacy, stewardship that looks beyond quarterly reports, governance that prioritizes stability over sensation. Formality protects intent. Ritual and protocol are not empty gestures. They are the frameworks that preserve order and ensure clarity. Messages move by design, not by noise, delivered through established channels that guarantee their integrity. What rises does so quietly, ascending through corridors of influence far from the public gaze. The real work continues long after the attention of the world has looked elsewhere, in the silent hum of enduring institutions and the steady hands that guide them. In Turkey, families are not merely social units. They are frameworks, intricate histories woven directly into the fabric of the present. They are the bedrock upon which empires of commerce and influence are built, the first and most enduring institution. Here, the past isn't just remembered. It's actively consulted. Memory becomes method, a carefully curated archive of successes and failures that informs every decision. Property is not for ostentatious display. It is a marker of continuity, a physical manifestation of a legacy passed from one guardian to the next. Each generation writes an unseen chapter in this ongoing narrative, their duty not to begin anew, but to build upon the foundations laid before them. Alliances form quietly, often sealed not in boardrooms, but over tea. Marriages are strategic mergers linking trust, tradition, and dynastic ambition. Trust is the most valuable currency, built where the world cannot see, in the quiet confidence of shared values. Wisdom travels not through memos, but at the speed of footsteps down a familiar corridor. It is absorbed in the silent observation of elders. The most important rituals hold conversations others never hear. The arrangement of a dinner table, the serving of coffee, these are not mundane acts. They are a language of expectations, a subtle reinforcement of hierarchy and respect. Strategy is taught without a syllabus, through shared stories and games of chess where every move is a lesson in foresight. Clarity is a courtesy and a code, but it is often conveyed without words. A passed note, a shared glance. These are the instruments of discreet communication. Objects carry promises when words are few. A family signet ring, a well-worn book, a carefully preserved textile. These are not just possessions. They are artifacts of identity, tangible links to a collective purpose. A seal on a document conveys more than a signature. It imparts the weight of a name, the gravity of a lineage. A private library is a map of values, its collection a testament to the intellectual and moral architecture of the family. Here, order is both comfort and a clear signal of a disciplined mind. Skills are inherited as quietly as influence, with elder hands guiding a younger pair, ensuring that craftsmanship and discernment are passed down as surely as wealth. Tradition warms the present without demanding attention, a silent partner in the long, patient work of building a legacy that endures. Access is the true currency. The most meaningful rooms have no signs. Here, introductions outlast headlines. Lists are shorter than they seem. Signals reduce the need for explanations. Refinement is the backdrop, not the subject. Planning is done in rooms designed for listening. Privacy is space, on water, above the city, beyond the street. Distance clarifies decisions. Navigation is a metaphor and a method. Technology present, ego absent. Roles are clear, boundaries respected. The circle protects more than it reveals. Then the city receives them back, none the wiser. True legacy is not built in the glare of the public eye. It invests in what continues without applause, in the quiet, foundational work that underpins society. This is the architecture of permanence, a commitment to continuity that transcends generations. Preservation is a promise kept to the future, a solemn vow to safeguard knowledge and heritage. It is the careful work of ensuring that the wisdom of the past remains accessible to the minds of tomorrow, a library of human experience held in trust. Education is the quietest force multiplier. It doesn't shout its own name, but its effects ripple outward, creating leaders, thinkers, and innovators. A quiet room, a funded scholarship, a supported institution, these are the seeds from which progress grows. A quiet room can change a life. Beauty survives because someone funded its silence. The gallery after hours, the restored fresco, the endowed orchestra, these treasures persist, not by accident, but through deliberate, discreet patronage. Opportunity is delivered in envelopes, not announcements. The grant that launches a career, the seed funding for a breakthrough idea, these are often transactions of trust, conducted away from the clamor for recognition. Research grows best away from the spotlight, nurtured by patience and protected from the demand for immediate results. This is how true discovery happens, in the steady, methodical pursuit of knowledge. Philanthropy, in its most effective form, is patience made practical. It is the long view, the understanding that meaningful change requires sustained support and strategic foresight. Stewardship values stability over spectacle. It is the quiet governance that ensures institutions endure, the steady hand that guides with wisdom rather than ego. Culture is rehearsed in private so it can breathe in public. The artist's residency, the writer's grant, the musician's practice room. These are the protected spaces where excellence is forged before it is ever shared. Care delivered with dignity needs no headline. Support for the vulnerable, comfort for the afflicted. These acts of profound humanity are most powerful when offered without expectation of reward. Ultimately, impact is measured by what remains, not by who is seen. It is found in the strength of the institutions left behind, in the knowledge preserved, and in the opportunities created for others to build upon. Giving is the most elegant form of influence, a way to shape the future with grace and intention. It is a dialogue with posterity, conducted in a language of quiet action. The ledger is closed, the account settled not in currency, but in consequence. And then, the work continues, quietly. The center of influence is a table, not a stage. Respect seats everyone in order before words are shared. Responsibility is transferred in gestures. Ritual creates rhythm. Hierarchy is subtle, but understood. Unity is practiced before it is needed. Guidance is given in low tones and long views. Decisions are charted across years, not days. Authority is lent before it is inherited. Warmth anchors resolve. Principles are kept close, not displayed. Conversations end. Commitments begin. Power endures by becoming ordinary at home. Legacy is scheduled, then honored. History accompanies the present, never obstructs it. From this core, decisions move outward, quietly. Real influence doesn't announce itself. It moves quietly through family, tradition, and legacy. It prefers continuity over credit. The silent power remains unseen, yet felt. This is the luxury lineage,